Hi everyone, my name is Primorion. This is going to be the first part of my instructor set guide. We're going to compare it to the Noblesse set for the first part and comparing it to the VV set on the second. In this video, I'll be explaining to you why the instructor set, despite being a 4-star, is OP and what comps you could use it on. But keep in mind, I won't recommend using instructors if you are AR40 and below because ironically, despite being a 4-star set, Instructor is better for late game purposes. Timestamps will be in the description below. We'll talk about its pros and cons. Okay, so let's start up with the pros of the Instructor set. First one, it is somewhat easy to obtain. It is dropped by world bosses, weekly bosses, and enemies if you manage to get lucky. Second off, EM scales really well into late game, specifically for vape and milk comps or milk carries rather. Thirdly, EM is a bit hard to obtain through substats because it is only flat, it doesn't have any percentage and whatnot, and Instructor gives a whopping 120 if you proc it. Fourth off, it is a high uptime because it works even with an elemental skill or just a catalyst user like like Sucrose. Giving it to characters with low elemental skill cooldown would be pretty OP like Bennett, Kaeya, the Traveler, etc. And fifth, it is more consistent than the Noblesse and Vivi sets because the Noblesse Oblige set is tied down to your burst CD, and the Vivi set you have to specifically swirl the same element as your carry, which is a bit hard to do and it will kind of ruin your rotation at times. It is cheap to build as well because it's only a 4-star and it is a lot easier to plus 16 a 4-star set. And finally, it gives a higher DPS increase for your vape and milk comps compared to a Noblesse Oblige set. And specifically, of course, for hypercars, which I'll be explaining later on. But keep in mind, me saying that it gives a higher DPS increase than Noblesse doesn't mean Noblesse is a bad or unplayable set at all. Noblesse is still good, and I'll be explaining it now in the cons section because that's where things starts to get a bit interesting, I guess. Okay, now for the cons. Number one, it sucks for transformative reaction comps like electric charge comps and overload comps. It is better off that you just use a VV set or a Noblesse set in this type of comps because EM doesn't scale well for transformative reactions. Second, Noblesse gives a more consistent DPS increase for every party member in your quick swap comps because Instructor is terrible for quick swap and it doesn't give the same boost as the Noblesse Oblige set throughout your party. Third, Instructor is a 4-star artifact set only. It means less stats than a 5-star one. It is just a pure utility set, doesn't give good stats at all to the wearer. And this is the reason why I said that it's just better off for hypercarry comps because in hypercarry comps you'll just focus on your main DPS and the rest are just utility. And last but not least, it only works well in hypercarry comps. Wow, what a surprise. I already told you guys that one. But there's an exception to this, which is the Bennett Carry National comp and the Reverse Melt Rosario comp. Because more than one character benefits from the EM buff, and of course they do melt and vaporize reactions. So we can say that, wow, only 4 cons, right? But the thing is, not everyone is running hypercarry comps, not everyone runs a milk carry or a vaporize carry. Not everyone has a Hutao, a Ganyu, a Diluc, etc. So this con still matters. It depends on what you have or what you need or what you have invested on. Okay, with that being said and done, let's get right into the comparisons. I'll be showcasing it against a Ruin Guard, Noblesse will come first, and the Instructor Set second for the showcase. And I'll be using Hu Tao for this showcase, and the combos used will be N1C and N2C. That's it for N1C, and now let's go on to N2C. So, you can argue that Hu Tao scales well with EM, right? Well, that's the reason I made a comparison with Diluc as well, with the same comp. Now that we're done with the comparisons, we'll go to the last section of this video, and that will be the team comps, my suggestions. And I use it currently on my Hu Tao personally, my Hu Tao Melt Vaporize comp. And I suggest putting it on Kaeya, but it depends on your rotation. But Kaeya has a 6-second cooldown on his E, and Femboy scales better with 5-star pieces anyway, so just put it on Kaeya. Alternatively, for the Hu Tao National variant, I would put it on Sucrose 100%. Just put it on Sucrose. She can easily proc it, plus she scales well with EM. That's also the same for the Diluc variant of the National Cup. Just put it on Sucrose again. And lastly, for my last suggestion, I would put it on the reverse Ganyu melt comp. But it depends on your variation. For me, I'm gonna put it on Diona or Shangling. You can put it on Zhongli, but you know, Zhongli scales better with other pieces, so it's up to you. And that's going to be it for this video. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it or it was helpful to you, and leave a comment down below, because there might be some miscalculations. It depends on your experience or mine. Let me know down below, and subscribe if you haven't. It'll help me out a lot. And I'll see you guys for the part 2 of the Instructor Set Guide.